up on 47th Street, 12th Avenue. This is 12th Avenue now. And it's changed a lot. A lot of buildings that weren't here before. Houses that used to be here are now gone. There was a house on this corner. They had an apple tree. All the kids in the neighborhood would come and take the ladies' apples.
Christy, are you recording?
You can pause when I'm at a light.
Okay, I just want to ask you, was it a Jewish neighborhood back then? Or
Yes.
It still was? Okay.
It was, you know what, when my family got the house, I don't know how many decades before I was born, maybe 20, 30 years before I was born, it was Italians.
Okay.
Then they all moved out. We were the last ones there. Now, I don't even recognize this neighborhood. I don't even recognize it. We were 1159,
Right here.
47th Street.
1159?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a greenhouse. It was a three-family house, fully
my God.
detached. We had the L on the corner.
Well, that's good, because you needed to go somewhere. You had your train right there.
That's right.
That's awesome.
And one of the first jobs I got was right here under the L. It was New Utrecht Pharmacy. Let's see if it's still here. Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Nathan Maltz, one of the best
Oh
bosses
my
I
God.
ever had. I worked here. I was only 14 years old. All over. Yep. When I worked here, he only had one little store. I see how he expanded. Yep. And over here on 46th Street was the Lowe's movie theater. And they used to have concerts here back in the 60s.
Right here?
Yes, Lowe's movie theater.
Okay, yeah, you could see it was a movie theater.
Yes.
It still has that wall where the fire escape was.
Yep.
Like you could see.
And they closed down in 73 because the neighbors were complaining. Because they started out with like quiet concerts. And then they ended up having like rock concerts and the neighbors didn't like it. So...
And were there famous bands that were there, or just like local bands?
There were famous bands.
Famous bands?
Yes. I can't tell you which ones, but I'm going to
We can look
find
it up.
out
We
and
can
I'm going to edit in the show
Yeah.
later. Over
In the
here,
70s.
my late husband Walter, Christy's dad, used to play stickball.
Against this wall?
Yeah, the wall
Aw.
wasn't like this. It was just a flat concrete wall. And they would put the X, the box in the X. And yeah, and play the stickball.
That was a big game back then. I don't think anyone in Staten Island plays
I don't
stickball in the
see it.
street. I've never seen it. I don't even see stickballs, bats sold in the stores.
Now this house belongs to my aunt and she still owns it. And my house looked exactly like this.
Oh my God.
Christy, I don't
Really?
get a good shot. My house looked exactly like this house, only my house was green.
Your aunt still lives here?
She moved to California.
Oh,
she rents
okay.
she rents it
She
out.
rents it out?
Yes. But the houses are identical. Yeah.
So this is what your house was like, okay? And
Exactly.
It
Looked
was like, where was
exactly
your
like
room?
this. See the driveway? We used to have the garage back there.
Oh yeah, there's that old-fashioned garage.
My room was actually the second floor on the side facing the driveway. See where the air conditioner is?
Yeah.
There's a room right up on top of that. Yep.
Nice.
And we had hedges in the front.
So this house has to be like 100 years old at least,
I-
right?
I
I
would-
would say.
Yeah, well, I would say it maybe it was built in the 20s and 30s. Yeah, close to it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, they don't make them like that anymore.
No, they really don't.
Mm-mm. Wish I could see inside.
I know.
I want to see inside, yeah.
If I knew them, I would ask for a
Yeah.
tour.
Well, at least that wasn't knocked down and made into a mini mansion.
That's right. Well, she never sold it. Once she sells it, that's
Yeah,
exactly what
yeah,
they're going to do.
Wow.
This building, I had friends living there, and my late husband's uncles lived in there. Building's still here. Now we're back on 12th Avenue, and we almost hit a little Jewish boy, but we didn't, so we're happy. Sorry, little Jewish boy. Now, living in a Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, being the only token goy house on the block. They loved me. They would knock on my door on Saturday morning, because the Hasidic Jews during their Sabbath, they're not allowed to plug things in. There's a lot of rules and stuff. They're not allowed to do things. So they would come to me and say, can you please come plug in my lamp? Can you please turn on my flame? Can you, and they loved me because the things they couldn't do, they would ask me and I would do it for them.
Yeah, I know. I had the same situation also for a woman that I babysat for. She would call me to turn on her stove.
Exactly.
Turn on the light, and then they realized that they should just leave the lights on all night. This is where they're on.
Now this is 12th Avenue. Back in 1977, or maybe it was 76, they filmed Saturday Night Fever. And they did a scene here, and I remember my father walked me over here, and this was all roped off, and we couldn't go past this rope. But he walked me over here, and I saw John Travolta, and I saw them filming the scene where they crash into the Barracuda's place. And that was right over here. So right here where it says Maznim, this building right here, this was the Barracuda's place. And there was a candy store right here that my sister's boyfriend's family used to own, and that's gone.